Hello guys, welcome back to Pure Contact. So in this video we are going to learn how to install any operating system in our VMware Workstation. So we're going to learn how to run any different operating system in our virtual environment. So I'll just head over to my browser and then I'll search for any operating system. So for our case today we are going to use the Ubuntu operating system. So I'll click on Ubuntu Mate. So I'll just use a short distro, a short-term supported distro. So when you click on Ubuntu Mate, you'll be brought to this page where I'll be seeing this first link of download. So I'll click on this. So when you come to this page for the Ubuntu Mate operating system, you'll be seeing different versions. So their latest running version is Ubuntu Mate 2504 Black Puffin. So they always release short distros after the main Ubuntu. As you're seeing here, this is the exact long-term support Ubuntu, which is a variant of Noble Number. But for our case, we'll just install the short distro, the short-term supported distro. So I'll come here and I click on download button. As you're seeing this download button which shows direct, so I'll click on it to start my download. So you'll be seeing here the storage, which is 3.4 GB, 3.46 GB. So I'll just click on start download and my download will start very soon. So it will download very fast depending on your internet speed. So we'll just give it some few time. So when our download is done, what we'll do, I'll first refresh. So click on your file manager and then locate the downloads folder, which is this one. And then you'll be seeing this first folder which shows compressed. So we'll click on this, double click on this. So we'll be seeing your ISO image here. As you're seeing, this is our ISO file that we downloaded. So now we'll be installing this very soon in the VMware, but before that, let me give you a quick configuration that will make your virtual machine very fast. So first of all, you will need to change your power plan by locating the control panel, and then you'll be seeing this. If you're not seeing this optional, you can click on open to open the control panel. So I go to the system and security. So you'll be seeing this power optional plan, whereby you can click on change power battery settings. So I'll click on it. So as you're seeing here, currently I have two plans, the power plan and the recommended one, but by default your PC may not be having this power plan. You can just always click on this additional one. It is where you can modify your power plan according to your own specifications. So you can do this, but for my case already I have this, and some PCs shift this by default. So you'll click on power plan such that your PC can access more resources when we are running our virtual machine. So now I'll go on and I open my virtual machine and I will click on it to open. So when you open your virtual machine, as you're seeing here, at first we have my computer and we don't have any computer created yet. So you can click here on create new virtual machine, create a new virtual machine. So at default on this welcome wizard, you'll be seeing what type of configuration do you want, but by default it is typical, which creates a workstation 17.5 or later version. So we'll go with this. I'll click on next. So by default, when you click on the next button, you'll be seeing yours as the install disk. So you will come down and choose this option of I'll install the operating system later, such that we go on and set our specific settings. So here you come here, depending on the operating system you've downloaded, you can choose like others. For example, if you've downloaded older operating systems like DOS, FreeBCD, or Solaris, any other operating system. But for our case, we have downloaded the Ubuntu image, so click on Linux, and then here you can choose on different variants. As you're seeing here, we're having other Linux kernel, but for our specific version, we will choose the Ubuntu and then click next. Then here also our virtual machine name, we'll give it Ubuntu Mate. And then for the location, you can leave it here, or you can change it to the one you feel like you're comfortable with. So for my case, I'll browse a new location where I'll go to my PC, then I'll go to my local disk D, then I'll create a new folder which is called uh, Ubuntu VM. I'll just call it virtual machines, and I'll click on OK. So as you're seeing here, this is now my current folder where my virtual machine will run from. So I'll click on next. Then here, you can see where you can specify your disk capacity. As for now, I'll leave it at default. I'll show you how to change that later during the configuration of our machine. So I'll click on finish to finish the setup. So as you're seeing here, my new environment has been created, though we've not yet installed the operating system. So what you will do, you will come here and on devices, and you will just double click on the first thing like memory. I'll double click on it. So when you double click on it, it can open these options where you're seeing these different memory weights, where you can scale to any size you want, as long as it will be comfortable with your machine. So for my case, I can scale up to 8 since I have 12, but I will just leave it at 4 because 4 is enough for Ubuntu. Then for the processors, still you can choose the number of processors you want, like 4 to 8, 16, depending on your machine. Also for the core per processor, you can also maybe change it to 2. But for my case, I'll leave it at 1 because Ubuntu is light. So here, the virtualization engine, as you're seeing, you can also mark this, and also you can only mark this such that you allow that engine to operate smoothly. Then here you come also on the hard disk. So for hard disk, as you're seeing, when we were setting up this, at first it was allocated 20 GB, but you can always come and expand your disk. So I'll come here and I give it something of 60 GB, and I click on expand. Then it will go on and ask you if you're okay with this operation. Then I'll click on OK. So as you're seeing here, my disk has been increased. So I'll click on cancel. So for now, for the operating system, what we'll do, we'll come here. When you click on CD or DVD auto detect, as you're seeing here, it by default it has this option of auto detect. But I'll come here and I click on use ISO image file, and then I browse my file that I downloaded. So I'll go to my download folder and then compressed, and then I click on my ISO image and I click open. So as you're seeing here, now I've located my ISO image and I have loaded it. So for the rest, you can leave them as default. So I'll click on OK to add the ISO file. So when I come here, I'll just come on this green button you're seeing here to turn on my virtual machine, or you can click this button up here to depending on what you want. So I'll come here and power on this virtual machine. So as you're seeing, I've got this error showing that my VMware Workstation host supports Intel VTX, but Intel VTX is disabled. So this is what I was talking about, that when you're having a Windows PC, you have to enable your virtualization in the BIOS setting. So we'll do this very quickly. As you're seeing, we'll troubleshoot this and get rid of this error. So let me just click on OK, and then I restart my. So as I told you, we'll be booting to our BIOS setup. So for HP laptops, you can quickly press F10 as your computer starts. So as you're seeing here, we've been able to load into the BIOS setup. So I'll click here, cancel. Then as you're seeing here, you'll be brought to this page. So you'll navigate to advanced, where you'll be seeing this option and click down to system options. Then you press enter. Then when you go down here, you'll be seeing this option, the virtualization technology VTX that was required, and also the virtualization technology for direct input output, the VTD, which was also required. So after clicking that, you can go on and save here and click on save. Then you say yes, and then you press escape, then save changes, you click yes. Then your laptop or computer will be booting back to normal. So after our PC booting back and loading, so I'll come here and I'll click on VMware Workstation Pro to open it and run our virtual environment. So this time around, we'll be able to run our virtual machine. So I'll wait for it. But before I forget, there is the other time when we were configuring our device, we made some configuration of enabling the VTX of the virtual machine. So we'll go on and disable that here in the processor. So we'll go on and disable that since we've enabled it in the BIOS setting. So I'll come back and I click on power on the virtual machine, this very button here. You can also press it from here depending on what you want. Because when I press here, you can see the options of power on. So I'll click on power on the virtual machine. So as you're seeing here, our virtual machine is able to operate now. So it has been initiated. So I'll click on OK. So our virtual machine is now loading. So it will be asking you to try or install Ubuntu, and I'll click on enter. So it will be starting very soon. So as it is starting, let me check my power plan. So I'll just come here and click on control. If it is still in default, because sometimes when you restart your computer, it changes. So I'll just come here, I click on change battery settings. So it is still in the power plan. So as you're seeing here, we are running the Ubuntu. So you'll be now seeing this graphical. So after loading, here it will take you to the setup where it will ask you to choose your default language. So I'll leave mine as English and I click next. Then I'll also leave this as default and I click next. Then I'll also leave my keyboard layout in English US. Then I can say connect to wired connection. I'll continue since me I'm running a wired connection here. So I'll continue. Then it will also ask you to update the available installer. You can skip this for now, but if you're connected to internet, you can update it such that you can get a smooth updated installation process. So it will download it very fast and then it will take you back to the previous process to proceed again. So as you're seeing here, our installer is updated. I'll first close it, then it will rerun again, it will reload again, then it will reload again, then it will reload again. 5.04 and click on it, right click on it and you open it, or you can double click on it. So now I've just decided right click on it and open it again to run the installer. So as you're seeing here, it will take you back to the same process, but I'll click next, next, next. So from this point again, I'll click next. Then here it will ask you how do you like to install Ubuntu Mint. Would you like to install it as an interactive installation? Here you'll be installing the full setup. Then here for automated with auto files, you also, this is for advanced as you'll be installing specific software as specified with this YAML file. So I'll continue with the interactive. Then on this step, it will ask you, would you like to install the full desktop setup or the minimal one with few apps? So I'll click on next with the full installation of desktop app. Then here, you it will be asking you to install recommended appropriate software. So you'll also have to check. You will also have to check this and this. Then I'll click on next. Then how do you want to install Ubuntu Mint? So you can choose this to allocate the space manually as you're seeing here, but this is for professionals. So I'll click back and go to erase disk and install Ubuntu Mint. Here you can let Ubuntu to partition for you your disk. So I'll leave it as default. Also this prepares your disk for a new installation. So to also ask you either to encrypt your system or not. So I'll go with no encryption. Now click next. Then here to ask you to create your machine, your personal name here. So I just click on it. Then here it will also ask you to create your computer name. So I can call it anything. Maybe I can call it first tech. I can call it tech. Then my username is Festo. So here I'll just set a simple password. Now click on next. Then here, if your region, if it is not specified automatically, you can search it as Kampala. So you can click on it depending on where you are located. Now click on next. So here I'll click on install to install the operating system. So here it will take some time to install all the files. As you're seeing here, you can come down below here and click on this to see the operations that are running. You can come here and click on it to view all the operations that are running in the background as you're seeing here. So you can always choose to click that to view what is going back in the background.